It's really special. And she said to me in a whisper, "You were born beautiful." Her words so soft but so strong, wrapped around me like a warm, soothing blanket, protecting me from a bitter cold storm. You were born beautiful. Spilling the tears of the Creator's joy, and as your lungs inhaled the Father's first breaths of life, you sang the wondrous cry of the newly born, while your arms instinctively raised, as if to give him praise. You were born beautiful. While the hours and minutes flew by escaping the rest of the world, you arrived taking ownership of that fraction of time, forever claiming it as your moment. You were born beautiful. Her words were brief but would carry me far. They would encourage me when my spirits are down and comfort me when she's no longer around. They would influence how I see myself and how I see others. You were born beautiful. A gem given to this family and to the world. You are a wonderful expression of God's love. You are God's child, my blessing, and a gift to the world. And so her whisper is forever flowing through my head. You were born beautiful. You were born beautiful. You were and always will be my son.
Born, and you wrote that for your mom?
I wrote that as a relief piece. I felt like that's what she was trying to tell me, and that's what got me over my difficult times, yeah.
And that all came from the picture you saw?
It all came, emotions came from just looking at a picture. I don't know who the artist was that did the picture, but, just like with, the stuff that you write, and it encourages other people, people that sing or draw pictures and things, their work touches you. And the person probably never knew it was going to be a Grad.Dees out there that they affected so much, and they did. And that's
Born Beautiful. That brings me to a piece I'd like to share with you to compliment your piece, Born Beautiful. I'd like to say, born to be blessed, food from the soul. On the wings of faith from heaven on high, you need to know that you can make it if you try. Life will always put faith to the test. Though through it all, you need to know you're born to be blessed. But success is not yours to have in the first degree, without challenge, setbacks, and lifelong adversity. The day you were given breath of life is the day you were blessed with divine birthright. When you know in your heart you're born to win, you can never lose a sense of who you are within. The reality of a dream come true is based on faith, focus, and follow through. To know you're born from the seed of success is to know with your soul you're born to be blessed. For on the wings of faith from heaven on high, you need to know that you can make it if you try. Born to be blessed, born beautiful.
That is, and it's interesting to see how different points from different people intertwine with each other.
It's like
we've never sat down and talked about, born beautiful or born to be blessed. But usually there's, when you get around poets, the words, they just kind of intertwine with each other.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's interesting how it all comes to be.
Because if you're born beautiful, you must be born to be blessed.
There you go.
And if you're born to be blessed, you must be born beautiful. How could it be any other way?
There you go.
That's how I'm thinking. That's what's flowing through my mind. I'm like, okay, he's born beautiful, but I'm born to be blessed.
Almost sounds like another point.
So any way you look at it, it's still beautiful. So let's talk about the book, Greg, the new book. And how did you, these are new pieces that you put together, or collective pieces that you put together in the new book?
It's probably kind of a collection of poems I did since the first book.
Okay.
Because I kind of write as I go along. I don't have I'm not one of those people that write and keep things hidden
forever in the shoebox.
And then bring it out. When I write something, I don't want to keep anything new. I want to share it. There might be one or two pieces that I just don't think are ready to share yet. I haven't quite finished them. I call it my friend Mercedes. We say they're still marinating.
Yes, my good friend Mercedes.
Yeah, Mercedes.
Yeah. Master poet as well as yourself.
I call it the poet's poet.
And both y'all have to be born under the sign of Aquarius.
Yeah.
So y'all living in the future?
They're still dealing with the past. So
that's all right.
The point. But they're a collection of poems that I've gradually been, putting out. Try to change my style a little bit on certain things. Still a core thing where I write about family. Well, I have this thing about being stereotyped.
And people will do that.
Yeah, I don't like the image of being, this angry poet. I really feel like anger is an emotion, and know, I don't think there's a problem with being angry.
No, that's what I was going to say.
Right.
I don't have a problem with poets being angry. Maybe they have a reason to be angry.
As long as you're in control, you know. If I'm exploding on paper, then I'm doing nobody no harm.
Right.
You know, it's the problem comes is when people can't control that anger and they use, you know, their hands or their fists, you know.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Problems. And, you know, that's not really anger. That's lack of control.
Why did you get that title? People say you're angry poet.
My original poem, you know, what the hell you looking at?
Right.
And, you know, I have other poems like that.
Yeah.
You know, to just kind of hit at things. And, you know, when I was writing when I first started writing poetry, my goal was when I came up with titles, because titles always come first. You know,
Me too.
It was shock value. I would think of something, you know, that I didn't think anybody else would say. And then I would just write from there.
Yeah, because when you read that piece last time you were here, Don't Hit My Sister.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's an idea I never thought of like that, you know. Of course, I ain't let anybody hit my sister either, but at the same time, it's an idea that a lot of people related to that, man.
Right.
You know?
I get a lot of women like it, but I've had a lot of guys come up to me and tell me, you know, I feel exactly the same way about you know, my sister.
Yeah, but the same ones will hit somebody else's sister. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They like it on that level.
Yeah, so I get a lot of good feedback from that, but I've always felt that way. There are a lot of things that I let, you know, people get away with as far as my, you know, my sisters go. They can pretty much say what they want to say. I expect them to be strong and be able to deal with that, but I don't think any man has a right to put his hands on a female in a moment of, you know, anger or
and that's like exactly where you were coming from.
And that's
in that
where
piece.
I was coming from. Yeah.
So you got typecast.
It wasn't an attack on anybody personal. It was just, you know,
expressing the idea.
Right. Just me stating, you know, point of view. Yeah.
Right.
And that's what I do a lot of times.